Hey everybody, welcome back to some more of the Nuzlocke. That was a fun last session. It seems like you guys had fun watching it. I had fun doing it. We have not had any Pokemon faint yet, which is crazy. It has been 2 days. I've been reading your comments. I've read every single comment on that video, which is like 200 comments or something. I've responded to many, many, many of them. There was quite the war on the pro hacking and rare candy crowd and the anti-hacking and rare candy crowd. I have some notes written on that. I'll talk about it a little as we go. But just as a recap real quick, here's our team right now. Really, the only members of the team right now that are like particularly good is we got Big Man Kev and we got Millie Girl, our Ivysaur. So we have a Pidgeotto and an Ivysaur. Those are like the main decent Pokemon right now. We're probably not using the Rattata. We deposited our Mankey because it had a horrible nature. It was modest. Modest is like the worst nature you could have for a Mankey. Alexandra, I think there's some potential there, but again, it's not a great nature. I don't remember what Kaiser's nature was. Docile, I don't remember what docile. Isn't docile attack down? I could be wrong, which is bad if so, because this is a positive attack nature, or a positive attack Pokemon. It's an attack, physical attack Pokemon. Sorry, I'm like really sniffly today. Oh, and the webcam is off. And I don't think I explained this since I started. Docile's neutral, thank you. I don't think I explained this since I started recording. My webcam is off because I have an eye infection. Yay! You remember how on the previous episode I was talking about how my right eye kept watering for like a couple days? Yeah, I have like a proper eye infection now. I probably just like rubbed my eye while I was cleaning or something without thinking. Because now I have an eye infection. It's not that severe. I'll be fine. It looks like it's the kind of thing that clears up in like just a couple weeks. It's just like bacterial infection, you know, not like a viral or anything. But either way, I'm getting some medicated eye drops that helps with that, but I think it'll go away on its own in a couple weeks anyway. Didn't 75% say they're okay with using rare candies? On like the live poll, yeah. But like obviously, you know, like 350 people were watching live. And then by my count right now, like 17,000 people have watched the YouTube after, and they're arguing it too. I wanted to put a poll on the YouTube video so that they could vote as well, but they got rid of that. YouTube used to have polls. Hold on, Big Man Kev is the friend of the party, right? Yeah, okay, cool. YouTube used to have polls in cards, so I wanted to poll them as well, but YouTube doesn't have that anymore. It's so dumb. Yeah, they got rid of that like years ago, I think. Hey, Kestrel, how's it going? Yeah, catching this live. Yeah, Kestrel, I still use your art in like my thumbnails sometimes for like gameplay stuff. In fact, I think I used it yesterday or 2 days ago when I put up the recording of my first Nuzlocke stream. Probably do a community poll. Yeah, like on the community tab. I could. My problem is a lot of people probably aren't gonna see that. See, the thing is those things get pushed out to people who aren't even subbed to me. So it's gonna get voted on by a bunch of people who aren't watching the Nuzlocke videos anyway. It's really annoying. You can't really trust poll answers you get over there, which is super frustrating. Sorry, I'm so sniffly today. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like I'm getting sicker. Are you training a third one for the third arrival fight plus Surge just in case? I should. See, the annoying thing is I'm never gonna get an experience share. I guess I have to start Switch training, don't I? I guess it's gonna have to be Kaiser for now. For Kenny's level cap, pretty much the norm for Nuzlocke. Yeah, I know. God, the whole thing is just gonna be the fight between the pro rare candy crowd and the anti rare candy crowd again, isn't it? Okay, well, while we do Nugget Bridge here, let's talk about a little bit of what I talked about this on like the pre-stream before the recorded bit, but I'm gonna talk about it in the recorded bit now, so that the audience who watches this later as in a video, you guys can weigh in on this as well. Okay, so I read every single comment on that previous video. It was like almost 200 comments so far. I'm gonna keep reading them, obviously. I don't know if I'm gonna catch every single one for all of the rest of time, but you know, I'm gonna try and catch most of them. That was a weak crit. Maybe I should move the quick attack to the top thing, the front slot. Okay, so pro-rare candy people, anti-rare candy people. The majority seem to be pro-rare candy, but just because the majority are doesn't necessarily mean that I want to go ignoring the anti-rare candy people. That's something that I want to point out right away. So obviously I'm taking the arguments from both sides seriously, and I'm thinking about them a lot. First of all, there's one argument. Okay, the main argument I keep seeing from both the pro and the anti side is a really bad argument. So I want to address both of these arguments because I think they aren't very good. The anti-rare candy argument that I see a lot that I don't think is a very good argument is if you have unlimited rare candies, you could just level to level 100 or level to some excessively high level and it takes out all the challenge. And my response is, yeah, but no one's gonna do that. Like, no one sits down at the beginning of a Nuzlocke run, hacks in rare candies, levels up their starter to level 100, beats the whole run like that, and then says, well, that's the end of that chapter. I just beat that Nuzlocke. No one does that. You've never seen anyone do that because that doesn't happen. That's ridiculous. And likewise, there's another argument that I see as a counter to that argument tons from the pro-rare candy crowd that I also think is a bad argument. They keep arguing, okay, there's no challenge to the grinding because anyone can just go back to Route 1 and just grind on Pidgeys and Rattata forever, and there's functionally no actual danger that you're going to faint. It's just a waste of your time, but yes, you can do that. To which my response is once again, yeah, but no one is ever going to do that. In fact, it is less likely that any human on the planet has ever done that than has done the rare candy thing I talked about. That is, like, we are using examples that are so far out of the realm of possibility that I don't think a single human on the planet has done either one of these, which means they're really not good arguments. These are so far in the realm of theoretical that like we're arguing stupid semantics, you know? Like this isn't a real argument on one side or the other. So I just wanted to address those two arguments because those are the most common ones that I would see, and they're not very good arguments. So I just want to get those out of the way first of all. Here's the argument that I think is, here's the argument that I would make from my perspective, and I think my perspective is pretty unique because I do Pokemon challenges for a living, you know? For the uninitiated, for the last, I guess it's 6 years now, 5 or 6 years, I've been doing a Pokemon challenge video every single week in which I beat a Pokemon game with some weird rule set. The rule set is usually I'm beating the game with like one Pokemon, or with only one type of Pokemon, or some gimmick, you know? Like I gotta use a specific gym leader's team and their moveset. Or I need to never learn a new move after I catch a Pokemon. Stuff like that, you know? Cheating is based, grinding is hard. Okay, yeah, I've seen that mimetic thing as well. I know that like a YouTuber said that or something, and that is the thing that everybody parrots. I get it. However, that is a thought-terminating cliche. We are all just saying that without actually having the discussion. So let's have the discussion, you know? That should be a starting point for a discussion, not the end of the discussion. Okay. Wherever is safe enough to grind at a decent pace. There are definitely places that are safe enough to grind at a decent pace where, as long as you're a little careful, you're never gonna faint. Realistically, at the route just south of us here, let's go back to it real quick. Realistically, at this route, down here, I could grind here for Kaiser, and as long as I don't like misclick horrifically or be incredibly negligent, realistically, no, I'm not gonna faint. Now, do you wanna watch me for 45 minutes train up my Paris like this? Or do you want me to just rare candy my Paris up a little bit? My Paris will be weaker in the short term. However, it will be usable. Now, when I say weaker in the short term, I mean, let's say I was getting Paris up to level 18. If I got Paris up to level 18 by switch training it, or at least switch training until I could safely have it grind itself, it would be stronger than if I just rare candied it to level 18, because that's how effort values work. It wouldn't hurt its long-term maximum potential, because it doesn't matter if it gets those effort values now or later, as long as it kind of gets them before level 100. You could also grind off stream. No, I can't. I cannot grind off stream because one, that defeats the whole point of grinding is a threat, because then people could just say, well, he could have used rare candy off stream, or well, he could have used save states off screen so that Pokemon can't faint, or they could have fainted and he's just not telling us. So that ruins that. But also, I don't have time to grind off screen. I have a full-time job, which is this YouTube channel. I don't have infinite time. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 33. Have you had any deaths yet? No, I haven't. And that is true. Effort values realistically don't affect your stats until you get to higher levels. It does affect you to some degree, don't get me wrong. But when we say higher levels, I'm talking 30 plus. 30 plus is when that becomes more noticeable. Unless you're doing a solo run, like I've done many times, in which sometimes those effort values are much more important very early, because sometimes you're grinding on like Pokemon under level 10 for ages. Let's look at Pokemon Emerald. Sometimes I'm playing Pokemon Emerald, and I need to grind until level 25 on a bunch of level 5 skitties and stuff to beat Roxanne. That happens a lot. And you know what happens then is you max out your effort values before Gym 1, and you do actually have a noticeable difference in your stats. Do you not get AVs when you're level 100? You do, but my understanding is that effort values affect what stats you get on your level ups. So unless I'm wrong about that, and I could be, it wouldn't, you know, if you were to hypothetically rare candy straight to 100 and never get any effort values, then you're never gonna get the stats out of those effort values. But again, that's a hypothetical that probably nobody has ever done in a Nuzlocke, unless they're just doing it like for funsies. IVs are chance. Yes, IVs are just the luck of the draw. I'm gonna heal again just in case. Right, okay, back to something I was gonna say earlier, because I think this is a bit of a unique perspective because of my job, where I'm playing Pokemon challenges and I'm beating them all the time. Team runs. I've done a lot of team runs on my show, and I get feedback of literally hundreds of thousands of people. Nowadays, you know, my Pokemon challenges get like 30 to 50,000 views. Back in the day, they used to get 250,000 plus, right? There was a time even where they got 1 million plus on a lot of my Pokemon challenges. So I've had a lot of feedback from you guys on what you do and do not find interesting in a challenge run. In team runs, anytime that I do a team run and there's a Pokemon on the team that I basically never use because it's dead weight, people wish that I used it more. Here's the thing. When you're playing through Pokemon and you're fighting all of the trainers to try and get like a lot of experience on the team, and you have 6 Pokemon, you don't actually get enough experience for each Pokemon to get to a level that's on par with the rest of your team. You need to do extracurricular grinding on wild Pokemon for that, and quite a bit at that. This is true of gens 1 through 5. I can't tell you if that's true on 6. I haven't played 6 enough. I've done like 10 runs in 6, and probably more than half of those are solo runs. So I don't know if I've ever done a run in Gen 6 where I have all 6 Pokemon. I don't think I have. So I can't judge that one exactly, but I can judge the first 5. You don't get anywhere near enough experience to do that. And obviously some Pokemon are just not going to be as good as other ones, but still would have some use on your team if they were a higher level. Now, the strat to beating the story mode of any Pokemon game in like an ideal world is not to have 6 Pokemon. The ideal way to beat a Pokemon, to just beat Pokemon in most Pokemon games is you have 2 to 4 Pokemon and you fight all the trainers, because then those Pokemon become a bit stronger and you pick Pokemon that have really high attack or special attack and you sweep everything. The thing is, that's not nearly as interesting to watch as if you had 6 Pokemon that were a little bit of a lower level, but not so low of a level that some are complete duds. That forces you to have much more strategic depth because you have to find creative ways to use the different Pokemon to help each other. Rather than just relying on you get a few good sweepers and you pile all of the experience onto them and then they slaughter the game. Because you gotta remember, again, these games are made for like people, they know that their audience is between the age of like 6 and grown adults. So it can't be crazy hard. It can't require crazy strategic depth just to beat the story, but they can put a whole bunch of things that do require a lot of strategic depth in the post game. But they also know that a child has to reasonably able to eventually beat the story mode. And so having just a few good sweepers and piling all the experience on your favorite couple Pokemon needs to be able to work. And it does. Ask me how I know. How many hundreds of Pokemon challenges have I done? I spaced out for a moment, can you start over? I'm not getting baited by that. Oh, by the way, there's like an elixir right here. Yay! I had to memorize where a lot of ethers and elixirs are for Pokemon challenges. Cousin started playing Pokemon at age 3. I started at age 6 because that's how old I was when Pokemon came out in English. Oh yeah, I haven't gone to the grass yet. What am I doing? I'm so busy talking to you guys about theoretical Pokemon stuff that I haven't actually walked over to the grass. All right, I gotta go catch a Pokemon. You're always over-leveled from Gen 6 onwards if you're not actively turning off the experience share. Kind of. I do turn off the experience share, though. Unless I'm doing a team run, then I don't. Oh, right, I gotta keep remembering to send them in. Touch some grass. Yeah, I need to go literally touch some grass. Yeah, I'm an OG Pokemon player, at least for English, you know? Because the games did exist for like a year and a half before they came out in English. What is your favorite Pokemon? Mine is Magnemite. I like Magnemite a lot. My favorite Pokemon is Drowzee. It's on par with Hypno. Like, they're a tie for me. But I say Drowzee. Touch some grass covered in snow. Actually, the snow's melting over here, finally. We've had a lot of very sunny days in a row. It's not always the warmest. Actually, what's the temperature right now? 3 and raining. Yeah, that's fun. These are 2 different routes. Okay, so I can catch 2 different Pokemon right now. I'm gonna just run down and get the, check and see if there's any Great Balls at the store. I'm really hoping the first encounter is not Abra, because, you know, I'm not, if it's Abra, you know I'm not gonna be able to get it. Oh, does MNJTV also like Drowzee? I didn't know that. That guy did a reaction video to one of my challenges once. I think it was my cast form challenge. He was nice. He emailed me first and just asked if he could, and I said, yeah, of course. And I wished him well. I told him, sorry you got dogpiled so hard for what your wife said on Twitter. I know that you were just, you know, trying to be good and defend her. And like, I thought what she said was dumb as fuck too. But I made it clear to him, hey, my problem's not with you. Weedle, that's not great, but it's what it is. That's what showed up. Because the time that I should have bought more Pokeballs. The time that he emailed me was probably like a month after he got absolutely dogpiled for his wife having some dog shit take on Twitter. I don't even remember what it was anymore. This was like several years ago. It's Bongzilla. Oh yeah, we got to do the nicknames. Okay, first name I see in the chat is. Okay, well, Millie Girl, but we already have Millie Girl. Let me look away and look back. Tomato King. I can fit Tomato. I don't know if I can fit Tomato King. Beedrill can save the run. Trust. I don't know if Beedrill can save the run, man. Hold on. It is spelled Tomato King, right? Okay, yeah. Oh no, I can fit this. Transferred to someone's PC. Yeah, does anyone even remember what it was she said on Twitter? Because I remember all of Pokemon Twitter hated her for it. But apparently she has like a history of saying just shit that everyone hates. You know, the everyone disliked that meme? Yeah. I don't even think they're together anymore. I gotta keep an eye out for these berry spots. You see this little like thing on the ground in front of me? Where like it's not like the leaf texture, it's like a little line with 2 dots on the top and 3 dots on the bottom. You gotta keep an eye out for those because they often have berries. I think a couple of them have rare candies though, if I remember right. All right, I'll fight this guy. Wait, hold on. I have another Pokemon to catch. Someone's PC always confused me as a kid. Yeah, it's weird, right? Okay, we have the duplicate claws. We don't need to catch that again. It's Abra. I'm totally gonna fail to catch it. Okay, do I just throw a Pokeball and have a 1/3 chance of catching it? Or do I use Sleep Powder and potentially miss, but also potentially have multiple chances? This is the same route? No, it's not the same route. I'll double check after if we catch it. And if it ends up being the same route, I'll just release the Abra. But I don't think it's the same route. Sleep, you're probably faster. Sleep Powder, throw the ball, take the catch gamble. Oh god. Excited for the new CK3 run? Yeah, the new CK3 run. I'm streaming that in like 5 or 6 days. Something like that. It's like a week from Tuesday, I think. Yeah, so like next week's Tuesday, I think. Okay. The majority of people are saying Sleep Powder. I'm gonna trust you. Don't miss, don't miss. It fell asleep. Okay. Okay. Please. That's true. The sleep chance is higher than the catch rate. Oh my god, we actually like just caked that. Okay, now Abra is a Pokemon that has some potential. That is one I want to switch train. Let's name it. Cool Spot. Named after like the mascot from 7-Up. That's insane. Can I do like a dash like you have? Yeah, I can. Cool Spot, you might be the ace of the team. Abra's a pretty solid Pokemon. We'll have to see what your nature is. Okay, this is a different route, right? Yeah, Route 24, Route 25. Different route. Yeah, Cool Spot's actually a pretty good game. It's like a good platformer. Okay, I'm not keeping Lauren Hall. Sorry, Lauren. You are an attack down Ekans. I don't think I'm gonna get any use out of you. Okay, now let's hope here. Cool spot. You're lonely. Isn't that attack up, defense down? Look, I don't like that nature, but it's not special attack down, so I'm still using you. Sorry about the right confusion. No, it's totally okay. You were just asking. Yeah, that's, it's obviously not a great nature, but like, I could have had a way worse nature. Now, defense down I'm not thrilled about because it's already a frail Pokemon. Although you could argue that if there's anything you want to have decreased on a nature, it's, if there's anything you want decreased on a nature, it's something that you're already low in, because then you get less of a reduction. You could also argue it's the most punishing, though, because it means it's an even weaker weak point than it normally is. So, like, I could see either side of that argument. Fight me. Yeah, an even glassier cannon. Unfortunately, it's not more cannony, just more glassy. Are you keeping your Pokemon levels capped to the next big fight's ace? No, I don't have a rule for that. If we start using rare candies at some point, then I will, yes, cap it at whatever their ace is and say I'm not allowed to rare candy past that. If we do that. I'm still undecided. I've given you some of my arguments on what arguments I think are good and bad and why. I gave you my argument on why I think it's more interesting if you're allowed to rare candy of the lower level members of a team within a reasonable level. This is again why, you know, I specified when I made that poll on the previous stream, you know, within reason. I'm using rare candies within reason, because like when people make the argument of, oh, you could just rare candy up way past them and beat them. Okay, but I directly said I'm not doing that, so you don't need to worry about that. Like, that's an invalid argument because I'm literally saying I am not going to do that, you know? You can also argue that you're not gonna watch my Nuzlocke because I'm stomping a baby. Okay, but I'm not stomping a baby. But can we trust you? No. I'm stomping a baby. This is all the long con. This was all a ploy to hide that I've been stomping a baby this whole time. You called me out. You got me. I feel like, this is what Cole Anderson's saying. I feel like vanilla games you can absolutely get away with just level grinding, but super difficult ROM hacks absolutely not, be literal days. See, I disagree. As someone who, not with the super difficult ROM hack part, I agree with that. As someone who has had to grind an unbelievable amount, as a guy who, I didn't use rare candy hacks for like years of runs. And so I just had to grind. It is incredibly time consuming. I was talking about it the other day on Twitter, actually, just because there was like a viral tweet going around that was saying that like people cheating in rare candy in Nuzlocke is just cheating and they're not really doing the challenge. I wrote, let me check the tweet right now so I can get the word for word for you. Tom on Twitter says, "Hello, I'm professional Pokemon Nuzlocker. My feats include beating the main story campaign of Pokemon Emerald. All I need to perform this is hacked in infinite rare candies and infinite money to buy the OPTMs from the casino for all my team. Hashtag quality of life." This person mostly got roasted, but some people agreed with them. My quote tweet of that was, "My job wasn't any harder for the years that I didn't hack in rare candies when I was done getting EVs. I just never had time to sleep 8 hours and to take care of my body. I much prefer now where I have rare candies and my neck usually works." And like, yeah, it's a little sassy, obviously. I'm being a little tongue-in-cheek, but that's for real. It's definitely bait. No, I don't think it's bait. Because one, they vigorously argued their point in the comments and they genuinely believe this. If you check the rest of their Twitter, they genuinely believe this. And two, they're not verified on Twitter. They don't get paid for making bait. When you're verified, I shouldn't have quick attacked. I might get poisoned off poison point. Okay, I just got lucky there. I should have used gust. If you're verified on Twitter, then you get paid for making rage bait. That person wasn't verified. Will you change Oh, crap. I accidentally skipped through the dialogue that said what Pokemon it is. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm gonna switch Train Cool Spot anyway. You underestimate how the lengths people go through to rage bait just for the love of the game. No, for real. You can just go check their Twitter. They're obviously not rage baiting. But yeah, once as vanilla games, you're essentially only doing it once, as vanilla games aren't too difficult. Essentially, do what you think is most fun. I still disagree. Like, you can say the vanilla games aren't that difficult, but again, I've beaten the vanilla games for 350 weeks in a row, something like that. With insane challenges like one Rattata and all kinds of stuff like that. I have like a lot of experience of grinding in these games, both as teams and as solo Pokemon. And that obviously doesn't mean like automatically my opinion is auto right or anything. I'm just saying I have a lot of experience in this. I can tell you what it feels like to do different kinds of grinding. Hold on, I gotta run back and heal. Let's be safe. I have a lot of experience on what it feels like to do different kinds of grinding and genuinely how much time it takes, even with like auto fire buttons and with turbo buttons, to grind a full team. To grind a full team so that even the dud Pokemon are still useful without over leveling them genuinely is incredibly time consuming. It's even worse if you're doing a Nuzlocke, because if you're doing a Nuzlocke for an audience, like I am, you're probably not just doing one. Like, I'm not just doing, oh, you're right, I could have used teleport. Oh, I gotta get used to that. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Sorry, I'm like wiping my eye every 2 seconds. I have an eye infection, folks. It's not fun. Oops, no, cool spot. First time catching the stream, long time viewer. You're my most watched channel last year. Oh, that's cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Can't remember if the Thief TM is in this game, but Abra should be able to learn it. It is. I'm like 99% sure it is. I don't remember where it is. Rocket Hideout? It might be a Rocket Hideout. Or Silphco? No, probably Rocket Hideout. Do you have an eye patch on? No. I just have like a wad of tissue and I keep wiping my eye. Should be in... Oh, no, you're right. It's Mount Moon. Yeah, it's totally Mount Moon. Try a cotton swab with hot water works for my eyes. Yeah, well, I got like an infection right now. So I need to do like a hot compress every once in a while, and then I gotta re-moisturize my eyelids because the skin under my eyelid is like so raw and painful due to my eye watering constantly. It's so rough. Just use shed skin? Oh, I never thought about that. It probably depends on the generation. Gen 3 and below, I can absolutely agree with you, but 4 and 5 do have good level grinding stuff. Trainers have Happiness Japanese. I don't know how to pronounce that. And Audinos give a lot of experience. See, the Audino thing is completely wrong. And ask me how I know my 1 billion challenges. I have had so many people try and tell me, just grind on Audinos. Okay, Audinos are in all of the spots where you get brick walled in Gen 5 when you're doing a team run. So you have like a specific condition that makes it more difficult. Like okay, the first challenge that ever made a challenge video late because it took so long to grind was Pokemon Black with only first form bug Pokemon. It took so long grinding in Victory Road that I had to delay the video by an entire week, and it was just Victory Road doing that, grinding in Victory Road for the Elite Four. Audinos do give a good amount of experience. However, the amount of time you spend running left and right waiting for one to appear drastically cuts down the amount of experience you're getting in comparison to just regular wild Pokemon grinding. Not only that, but most of the points in the game where you get brick walled and you have to grind, like the normal gym, which is a huge spot for that, the local areas for where you're grinding don't just have Audino. Most of the time, the rustling grass is something else that gives much less experience. So if you don't get an Audino, then you literally just got way less experience than you would have gotten normally grinding in the grass. To be fair, one of your best Pokemon runs, thank you. That was like 5 years ago now. Time flies when you have no life outside of work. I want Seeker Power, so I'm gonna bait him down here. Yeah, grinding in the wild in Pokemon Black and White in general is terrible. It's way worse if you have to overlevel, though. And in a lot of challenge runs, you have to. You don't have a choice, you know? Reflecting on it, my take is this. Training death or near death experience is entertaining. If you genuinely don't mind grinding, do it. Because if you're a good streamer, chatting with the chat is entertainment enough. I can understand that perspective. If you didn't want to grind, though, there's no shame in it. Saving time is valid. Yeah, no, I understand that perspective. It's something I was even talking with my girlfriend about the other day. It was like 2 days ago. She was leaving for work. We were talking on our way out the door because I was see her off, you know. We were talking and she was like, you know, I hope your first Nuzlocke goes well. And I said, honestly, even if it doesn't go well in terms of like, you know, how well I do, that's okay. Because it's entertainment more than anything. Like, I could completely blow it and party wipe like 5 times, and that's okay. Because at the end of the day, there is entertainment value in that. And like, look, if I was the worst ever at Nuzlocks, you guys would probably still have fun just laughing at me. Thankfully, I'm not the worst ever. I do play a lot of Pokemon, so I've picked up a thing or two. I'm far from the best Pokemon player, not even close, but I have a lot of experience with it at least, you know? Can we get a soul lock with the girlfriend? No, she's not an on-screen character. My girlfriend is not really part of the show. She's not very social like that. She made it very clear when I never asked her to be on the show, but like I think someone on Twitter said like, "Oh, have her on the show," and I read that tweet out to her, and she's like, "No." It's not like she doesn't like the show. It's that first of all, she's not like a fan of my show. She didn't meet me through my show. She met me through Hinge like 2 years ago. You know, like we met on a dating app and we got to know each other and we hit it off really fast. It's not a situation where like she was already a fan of my show or something. So she's watched my show a bit. She'd watch it a bit when we didn't live together yet. But like, her logic is, I already have you. I don't need to also watch your videos. I get my fill of you just from like dating you. And I think that makes a lot of sense. My girlfriend, we should clarify what a geek. See, that's fucked up because someone's gonna believe you. See ya, Millie girl. What a GF, yeah, what a Guardian Force. Final Fantasy VIII reference. Oh, come on, don't you sand attack me, you bitch. It's fine, we'll hit eventually. There we go. Wait, did you get back with Fatima, or has it been that long ago since all that happened? No, it's been that long ago since everything, since that. That was over 2 years ago. Me and Fatima got divorced over 2 years ago now, guys. I've been dating my current girlfriend for like a year and 10 months, a year and 11 months, something like that. Like, it's about to hit 2 years. Sorry to hear that? No, it was a good divorce. It was necessary. I'm not spilling tea. You guys don't get the deets. That's someone else's personal life. Just know that it was good. I am better off. She probably is too. We still catch up every once in a while. We're still friendly and everything. She's still... Okay, alright. You want to do something crazy? Like clockwork. Like once every 3 months, she sends me an Instagram message that's just like a 9/11 meme, and she just says like thinking of you, or I thought of you. Every time she sees a 9/11 joke, she thinks of me. That is hilarious. That's so real, yeah. Wonder why that is? Oh, okay, so she was born in Baghdad. She's Iraqi Turkmen, my ex, Fatima. She's born in Baghdad. She moved to Canada when she was like 5 or 6. We met in high school, and we're both the same age. So we're both from the irreverent 90s. So we have those inappropriate senses of humor. We told each other 9/11 jokes around the house constantly. If any minor inconvenience happened, it would be like an immediate, man, that plane flew right into those towers. So, yeah, that's what makes her think of me, is when she hears something about 9/11. Yeah, no, we're both 33. So, that shit's really funny to us. Glad it was amicable. I got divorced last year too, and it also needed to happen. It was extremely difficult, but it could have... Yeah, exactly. It needed to happen. It was not fun when it happened. Neither of us were happy about it. There was a lot of tears, but we knew it needed to happen. You know, we were together for 14 years, all right? We started dating in high school. We broke up when we were 31. We weren't even that similar of people in the first place. We just, were two weird different plants that grew next to each other, so we grew intertwined. We tried to make it work for 1 billion years, and there's a lot that we very genuinely loved about each other, but it had to end eventually. We weren't like horrible to each other. It's nothing like that. Don't worry. There's no crazy drama. And if there was, you would never know it because we actually have respect for each other and would never share that. However, every decision you made before 25 was terrible. Dude, I feel the same way. I was like 25 when I started getting my shit together. All right, I already finished all that. It's a wax story. The divorce was needed, and she says 9/11 reminds her of me. Yeah, we're still friends. Yeah. You sat next to each other in high school science, so you got married. No, I don't think we ever had a class together. No, we had a bus together in high school. That's how we met. She used to be way more inappropriate when I first met her because she grew up in a very Muslim household. And oh my God, her parents would just say the most heinous shit all day long. They were not integrated into Canada at all. She was, because she grew up there since age like 6. But she would also say like really, really inappropriate things completely earnestly because she didn't know any better for ages. The first thing she ever said to me, and this is how we met, was she walked up to me while we were waiting for the bus to go home one day after class. I had never seen her a day in my life. She walks up to me and says, I think our bus driver was deported because he was late and he was often late. I was like, what? She's like, I think our bus driver got deported. I took it as a joke. Turns out later she wasn't joking. She was like earnest and just didn't know any better. I had to teach her a lot about the world. You know, that's a way to start a conversation. Yeah. No, she picked the right guy. Cause I don't really get offended by anything. Consider it the Asperger's, but you know, I am infinitely tolerant. A lot of people they like to say that they're tolerant. No, I'm shoot tolerant. I'm willing to talk to people of like any walk of life and really get to know them. And you know what? They really appreciate it. Because when you get to know people who you would otherwise avoid because there's something off-putting about them immediately, you start to learn that they're like a real person and you get somewhere with them. Who died? No one yet. Yeah, no one yet. Yet being the operative word. How are you with lactose? Oh, I'm fine. Actually, she wasn't. Okay, well, hold on. She'd have issues if she drank milk, but she ate cheese all day. I don't know what that was all about. Do you plan to do more Nuzlocks in the future? Yeah, I think I do. This is pretty fun so far. I'm not gonna lie. I'm having fun hanging out with you guys. Maybe I held off on this too long. Okay, well, I did hold off on this too long. If I was streaming this like 5 years ago when I was at my peak, I guess more like 4 years ago was my peak. 4.5 years ago. If I was streaming this 4.5 years ago at my peak, there would literally be thousands of people watching right now. But I'm late to everything. In fairness, 4.5 years ago at my peak, I was way too busy to do this. Oh, thank you for the $5. Bestest Pokemon content creator ever? Now that's a lie, but I appreciate it. It's a good lie. What was the sudden change to actually do a Nuzlocke? Well, you guys have been asking for it, like literally on the daily for half a decade. I gotta do it eventually, right? And like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, I'm finally healthy again. I've been wanting to stream, but I haven't been able to because I was a sniffling, coughing, sneezing mess for weeks. Still am a little bit, but not nearly as bad. Like, I haven't coughed once today. I've sniffled a little, so I'm already better than I was on Tuesday. But like, So I'm sitting here. I need to stream more because Sabu's dental surgery is coming up, and I need to shore up the money for it. And tax season is next month, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, I want to stream more. I'm finally healthy enough to stream more. I want to do more Pokerogue. I want to do Super Mario Mon. I want to do what was it? Team Rocket, Fire Red Team Rocket Edition. That's what it was called. I want to do all that. Oh wait, I didn't catch a Pokemon on the previous route. You're right, new encounter. Let's go do that. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, I need to like emergency do all that stuff because like my money is down really bad right now between I had to fix my computer, Sabu's got his dental work, my girlfriend moved in a few months ago, and I had to just like, you know, pay for the extra cost of living until she was able to get a job, and she's only like a couple months into that job, so the money hasn't really rolled in yet. And even then, it's minimum wage job. She's not on benefits yet, so her costs are really high right now. So like and my money for my sponsorships, like I have a Factor Meal sponsorship that's coming in every single month for the entire year. I signed a long-term deal with them this year, which I'm so proud of because I love Factor Meals. But money from sponsorships doesn't come in for like 60 to 90 days after you do the video. So none of that money has come in yet. And I need the money quick for the dental surgery and for and taxes are going to come up and everything. So I'm like, okay, well, my solution for that is obviously just work more. That's what I like to do. I'm not going to just go FundMe or something. I'm going to work more. So I'm sitting there and oh, Mankey, yes. Mankey, I called it a Mankey. Meowth, yes, I love Meowth. I'll catch Meowth. So I was thinking like, okay, smash that. Everyone's asking for Pokemon, God, I can't English. Everyone's always been asking for Nuzlocke. I held off on doing it forever. Let's just do a Nuzlocke and have fun with it and see what happens. If it's a disaster, it's a disaster. If it's not fun, I can stop doing it and just use that time on something else. I'm gonna just do it. And you know what? I'm having more fun with it than I had back in the day. I think part of the problem is that back in the day, please name it Sabu. I really want to, because he's the same color scheme as Sabu. But no, I gotta name it after someone in the chat. Part of the problem is back in the day, I wasn't allowed to use like rare candies and stuff, so I had to grind way more in Pokemon. And like, I didn't want to also play like a regular-ish Pokemon run on the side. And also, it messes up my head playing regular Pokemon alongside challenges, because I start to forget what was from what, you know? That's less of an issue nowadays, I would say. Nowadays, though, I actually do have the time for that. I have the time to stream more often, and so I feel like it's less obtrusive to also do a Nuzlocke. Really, things are just lining up better now than before. This is good music? I agree. Alright, first name I see in the chat. How the hell do I even pronounce this? Hold on, let me start typing it and then I can just read it off because the chat's moving and I don't want to miss it. Okay. Did I spell that right? Gestic. I'm gonna say that's Gestic. Don't forget to buy more Pokeballs. Oh yeah, you're right. I should go get more. Oh right, I don't have cut yet. Okay, I want to see this Meowth. It's got pickup. Oh, that might be really useful for getting berries. The nature is bold, which I think is attack down, defense up. Not a great nature for a Meowth. Still, I really want pickup on the team. Sorry, Mabel. Cool. Is that a German word? Sell signed pieces of bread to raise funds. Right, yeah, so the money from the sponsorships hasn't come in yet. Dental surgery is happening for Sabu. I had to fix my computer that broke right as RAM prices were going through the roof. Like, literally, computer broke. Like, it didn't boot anymore. I was like up at like 3 in the morning working, and then I go to the bathroom and I come back and the computer, when I go to boot it, it just makes a horrible grinding noise and then immediately shuts off, which I knew was overheating because I had that happen before. And I took it to the shop the next day, and yeah, my water cooler died and injected the remaining liquid into the computer. Thankfully, it got ejected into the radiator, which is probably the least dangerous place it could have gone. But I was also desperately in need of replacing a bunch of parts because my I needed to replace the RAM, but replacing the RAM also requires replacing the CPU and the motherboard because I'd have to move to a new chipset. So you have to change all 3 things at once, so that cost a fortune. Oh yeah, we get an encounter here too. Oh, I like Oddish. Is this one of the gens where sleep powder wouldn't work on a grass type? I don't remember. I guess we'll find out. Okay, well that was just a miss. It works? Okay. It worked! Can't Oddish have insomnia as an ability? Or is it just the effect spore? Oh, I forgot to get more Pokeballs, even after I got reminded. Will Razor Leaf kill it? Nah. It double resists grass. Oh, it doesn't matter. We caught it. Yay! Oh, thanks, Alfie, for signing up to the thingy. I hope you enjoy watching the videos early. So many Germans here. Okay, Kestrel, we talked about this like 5 years ago. There's always so many Germans. Specifically German women for some reason. When I look at my analytics, a disproportionately high percentage of the women who watch the show are German, and I don't know why. It's weird. It's maybe lost. I need to change my username. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you probably gotta change it. Okay, first name I see in the chat. You're right, I remember. Okay, well, I guess it's Kestrel, because I just read that. Kestrel, didn't I name a coughing after you once on Pokemon Shield, I want to say it was? It's ILL, yes. Oh, I gotta open a thing up. I forgot. Recent events. There we go. There. I had to open up a thing so that I could easily see when people, like, you know, subscribe and whatever. I guess I can have Kev at the front right now for this fight. Because I remember this one. Yeah, it's Butterfree. From England, how's the Nuzlocke going? It's going very well. You're currently doing one in Platinum? Good luck. I got paralyzed. I got paralyzed and confused. Is this still the original run? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try attacking one more time, but he's using Supersonic while I'm already confused. Oh, I snapped out really quick. Oh, okay, that was pretty painless. I did have a membership a few months back, but I had money problems, but now I'm back on my feet, lol. I'm sorry to hear about the money problems. Can relate. But I'm happy to hear that you're back on your feet. That's awesome. Can't believe I caught your stream. Yeah, I'm streaming more. I stream on Twitch sometimes too. Or, to clarify, I don't mean like both at the same time. I mean, I pick one or the other. So you should follow me on both. Oh God, yeah, thank you for the reminder. Teleport. I can just use teleport. Do you see yourself playing difficult hacks eventually after you played most of the vanilla games? Maybe not for a Nuzlocke. Maybe just like casually. You ever played Pokemon Conquest? Not yet, but I really want to because I bet you I'd love it. My understanding is it plays kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics or Tactics Ogre or maybe a little Fire Emblem-y. And I love all those games. How do people even stream on both? What are the... Oh, I think they usually use a restreaming website. Don't forget to buy balls. Oh yeah, I do need to. Have you seen the new starter Pokemon? Yes. I think I get asked that every 20 minutes of my life. I don't really have an opinion on them. I need to see what the evolutions are before I can really form an opinion, you know? Nice to catch you. Sorry, nice to catch my man live. Love your vids. Thank you. Reminder, if you like the stream, like the like button, and if you vote on polls on the stream, both of those things make it so that this stream gets pushed out to more people's homepage, including people who are already subscribed. People who are already subscribed won't know I'm live on their homepage unless people like the stream. Why does it work that way? Because YouTube is arbitrary and stupid. It doesn't work that way on Twitch. On Twitch, if I go live, everyone who follows me just gets informed. But on YouTube, it is simply luck. It is luck and up to you guys to hit the like button and the poll. So if you want to, do it. If you don't feel like it, don't feel like you have to. Oh, right, there was what was the other thing I wrote down? There was something else I wrote down here. Hypes, okay. So hypes are a new thing on YouTube. I hate this. I hate this. I feel like this is like when Ring the Bell became a thing, where subscribing wasn't enough, you had to ring the bell to get notifications, and for me, that shit doesn't even work. Pokeballs, you're right. For me, that shit doesn't even work. Ringing the bell, I still never get notifications, but whatever. Now they have hyping. Now, YouTube has not explained exactly how hyping works, because it never explains how anything works exactly. It gives you a vague idea. It lets you know that you can apparently, if the document is correct that I read on the YouTube help site earlier this week, you as a viewer are allowed to hype 3 videos a week. The smaller the channel you hype in terms of subscriber count, the more it hypes the video. The larger by subscriber count, the less it does. Now that's arbitrary and stupid because subscriber count basically means nothing on modern YouTube in terms of your visibility. So that just kneecaps bigger channels, or at least ones, it says, the problem is that kneecaps channels that have a lot of subs that don't watch anymore. They get fucked over by that. But I do like that it extra boosts small channels. I do think that's really cool, and that's probably necessary. Because, like, look, I like that my homepage often has videos with 1 view from people with less than 100 subscribers. I do like that, because I have found legitimately good channels that way, and they need visibility somehow. I like that aspect of it. Basing it on subscriber count, probably a bad idea. It should probably be based on something more like watch time or view count, but whatever. You've never seen the hype button was been around for a year. Yeah, so slowly over time, they've put more information out about it. So I think it only shows up on mobile. Now, I have a question for you, because I've never seen the hype button. Is the hype button on streams? Like, is it on this stream right now? And of course, if you're watching this later on YouTube, you're watching the recording, the video of this later, hype it if you feel like hyping it. But like, I got you. You only have 3 of these things a week. I understand completely. If you want to go support a different channel or a smaller channel, completely understandable. However, if you want to hype, by all means, go for it. I appreciate it. Okay, no, it's not on streams. Okay, thank you. I didn't know that. Because again, they don't give you many details. What the fuck is a hype button? I know. I hate it. It's just always new things. They gotta reinvent the wheel over and over. Okay, I gotta show you something on the stream right now that is insane to me. You know what reminded me that hyping exists? I'm gonna click on the analytics for, I don't know, the previous Nuzlocke video. Is there any details in here for it? Here we go. I gotta screenshot this and put it on stream. Okay. Let me get this on screen for you. Okay. Give me a second here. I gotta find the image now that I just screenshot. It should be in this folder. Sort by date. There it is. Okay, I just took this screenshot just now. This is on the analytics of the video recording of the first part of this very Nuzlocke that you're watching. Hype, first 7 days. Now, it only has the first 1 day of analytics. Really, I think it only has the first, like, 6 to 8 hours of analytics by the looks of it, because it's only updated to March 3rd so far, and the video was only live for, like, 6 hours on March 3rd. Because it took till later in the day before it was rendered and uploaded and everything. So it was hyped 64 times apparently. So by the way, thank you so much everybody who did that, because I never remember that hyping exists. So I really appreciate that you did that, because it probably helped the video a lot and does helps my income. So always appreciated. But it's also worth hype points, which is the vaguest thing ever. I went on the Seymour thing, and there was a link there to a YouTube help page that explains a little bit more details on how this works. However, it says that if you hype a small channel's video, it'll get more points. If you hype a bigger channel's video, it'll be worth less points. Okay, that makes sense to me. What they never explain to you is how many points translates to what. So it's arbitrary. From the YouTuber's perspective, it's arbitrary. I can't tell you the actual value of a hype point. I can tell you that more is better. I can't tell you how much this affects the video. I can't tell you how many hype points are better than what. I can't tell you if the difference between 1,000 and 2,000 hype points is very much at all. For all I know, that's a difference of 100 views. It could be the difference of 5,000 views. I have no idea. Well, okay, it probably isn't a difference in views, right? So if hype points are making it more likely for it to recommend your video, that would be a difference in impressions. Impressions is when your video's thumbnail simply shows up on screen, regardless of whether they click it or not, right? So an impression just means they had an opportunity to click it because it was somewhere on the screen. Doesn't even mean they necessarily noticed it. They could have scrolled right past it and never even noticed the thumbnail. But it means that it was on their screen. There was a possibility they could have clicked it. Glad it's not just me who's confused. Every single YouTuber is confused. Every single YouTuber. Nobody knows how it works. Can you refresh the analytics screen so you can see how many people went and hyped the video right now? No, because YouTube only updates that number once a day. So I can't actually tell you how many people hyped in the last few minutes. It won't tell me today's hypes on that video until sometime late tomorrow. And even then, it won't tell me like what time in the day they hyped. Otherwise, I would check, because that would actually be really interesting information. So yeah, so YouTube tells me that apparently you can only hype 3 videos a week. Now, I've never hyped a video, but I've never seen the button pop up. And I have the phone app. I have like, I have YouTube Premium. I don't know if that's required or not. But like, I have the YouTube app. I have it open right now on my buddy Dev. It's his channel. He's got his, Shinigami Eyes video. I'm just watching random dev videos while I was doing housework. Let me scroll through here. I see thanks, I see remix, I see save, I see the stupid AI button, I see the share button, the like, the dislike, the bell, join, and report, and download. I don't see a hype button. Are hypes just not on his channel? What if I go to like the description? No, I don't see it in the description either. It's just not here. I don't know why. I have no idea why. So yeah, that's my rant about hypes. Hey everybody, don't forget to hype the video. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, hype, pay my mortgage. That's a lie. I don't have a mortgage. I can't afford a down payment. Oh, here's a fun one. Any of you who are watching who aren't subscribed right now, check this out. This is really cool. Sorry, wiping my eye. When I say the word, okay, you know the button where you can subscribe to me? Okay, look at the button, okay? Scroll down and keep your eyes pinned on it right now. Now, I don't know if this is gonna work for you live, but this works in YouTube videos. Subscribe. Did you see that? It lights up. They made it so when you say the word subscribe, the subscribe button lights up. I think the word like might also highlight the like button. I'm not sure. Now, mind you, I don't know if it'll for sure do that because like there's a chance that maybe it only does that a limited amount of time. Maybe I've said the word subscribe too many times. I don't know. Next goal should be mortgage. That could be like a Patreon goal. Do it again. Subscribe. Like the video. Dislike. Did it highlight the dislike button? Because that'd be really funny. You can hype streams after they're finished. Also, is my name better now? Yes, it's so much more legible. Thank you so much. Okay, we need to go catch a new Pokemon. I already got the Pokeballs. I really want a Drowzee. Can we get a Drowzee? This is, I believe, the only route in the game where you can get Drowzee. I could also get Magnemite. I like Magnemite. Oh, it's a Drowzee! Are you getting Diglett? Oh, I forgot about yeah, done. I should be getting Diglett as well. God, I hope it's not Dugtrio. Yeah, you gonna wipe to a Dugtrio? Yeah. Now, it might know Insomnia. It probably knows Insomnia. I'm gonna just tackle once. Don't crit. Okay, even if I crit, it would have been fine. In fact, I can tackle again. Even on a crit, it's not gonna faint. Okay. Okay, even if he crits me, I'm not gonna faint here. Nah. Cool, he's wasting time. Do you know why it got Insomnia? I assumed it was just, yes, I got it. I assumed it was just because, you know, it fits the theme of the Pokemon, but like is it maybe to stop like an OP rest strategy or something? Because I know it's a bit of a tank, or at least a special tank. All right. First name I see in the chat is... Okay, well that's maybe Lost. They already named him. We try again. Cobalt Codex. I like that name. Fun fact, Cobalt's my favorite color. I can't fit Codex, so we're just gonna go with Cobalt. My favorite Pokemon and my favorite color. What are the chances? Insomnia prevents sleep, that is true. Missed by one again, why me? I'm hearing a why me like Sid Vicious in WCW after his car gets wrecked. Cobalt is a color? Yeah. It's a nice blue. I'm also a fan of Prussian blue. That's also a really nice shade of blue. I like blues a lot. I like blues and purples. Those are great. Learn something new every day. That reminds me, someone in the chat earlier said that, they feel like they learned more about my personal life in this stream than ever before. I'm so open with my personal life, guys. Like, I know those of you who don't watch the Let's Plays and don't watch the streams, they might not know. But like, I've always been really, really open with my life. I talk about it all the time in my channel, or in my my Let's Plays, in my streams, Twitter, I used to do vlogs for years and years where I'll talk about my life. So many people know so much of my lore of like, you know, I mean, I don't need to say it. A bunch of people in the chat can if they want to. But like the backlog is all there if you ever want to see it. I've always just been a really open guy. I'm from the era of YouTube that was emphasized in you. You know, when you are interested in YouTube, not because the channel did something really cool, it's you're interested in the person. And like the channel could do cool videos too, but like you're invested in the people and the blogs and the vlogs and the whatever. Serious, I think that's a neutral stat gain one. Is the stream a few seconds behind, or do comments take a second to load? Usually YouTube streams are like 5 or 6 seconds behind real time. But you won't gossip about your ex, hypocrite? Yeah, it turns out I have a soul. Dance, where are you, Dance? You hear Dance? Dance! Yeah, that was from that was a fun edit in my Fallout 4 Let's Play when the game was new. Are you watching WrestleMania this year? Yeah. Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of WWE. I watch wrestling every day, but I watch other promotions. But I do watch WrestleMania and Royal Rumble every year. So you're talking to past Mah-Dry? Yes, you are talking to Mah-Dry-Bread from 5 seconds in the past. But I'm talking to you in the present. You just take 5 to 6 seconds before you hear me, but I see your messages the moment you type them. The delay is YouTube processing my footage that I send them. So I see you live, you see me 5 to 6 seconds late. Who do I deposit? Because Magikarp's got potential for sure. I'm definitely not getting rid of Cool Spot or Millie Girl or Big Man Kev. Big Man Kev has been like my best Pokemon so far. Kev's been pulling his weight. Do you ever look at other challenge runners for video ideas? No. I very rarely watch Pokemon YouTube. I watch a lot of wrestling. And wrestling YouTube. Get rid of Paris. I like Paris a lot, but I think it's so fragile and it's so slow. I think I agree with you that it's got to go for now. Cobalt's on the team. It's just a more reliable Pokemon right now. How are you manipulating time without Celebi? Guys, you caught me. I'm Celebi. I've been Celebi the whole time. Did you own a PS2 when they were coming out? Actually, believe it or not, I didn't buy a PS2 until I was finishing high school. The PS3 was already out when I got a PS2. I just bought it from my friend. My friend was like selling his PS2 and a bunch of games for dirt cheap, so I bought all of it. He sold me like a PS2 and like a bunch of games for like 50 bucks. It was crazy. Really good deal, like a huge box of games. I don't know why he sold it so cheap. Really nice of him. Yeah, I got that. Love PS2, great console. But I did play PS2 a lot when it was new, because my buddy Justin, who like lived down the street from me, I'd go over to his place all the time and we'd play PS2 at his place. That's where I got into pro wrestling, was playing SmackDown vs. Raw, the original one, and we became big wrestling fans through that, and we'd play every single SmackDown vs. Raw game together. What happened to the potential of you moving to the US? Still on, it's just I don't have the money. I don't have the money saved up to move. I can't save up any money when I'm losing money. And like I gotta have the money also to move my mom with me. Oh man, that was the other thing that people were all commenting about. Not as many people as that were commenting about the rare candy stuff, obviously, but some people were commenting about moving to the US, and it's funny because there's a huge difference between the people who are pro it and the people who are anti it. The people who are in favor of it are just like, oh, that's really cool. I'm happy that you're coming here. You know, I'm glad to welcome you as an American. And I think that's really touching and really nice. Because when I do move there one day, I'm not there just to, you know, live off a visa forever. I'm there to become a citizen. And I'd be renouncing my Canadian citizenship because I'm not paying double tax. Canada's horrible about that. If you keep dual citizenship, they keep trying to tax you. So I would gladly renounce my Canadian citizenship to just become a citizen in the United States. But then the people who say, the people who are against me moving to America, they do long-winded rants about how I must be uninformed about the cost of living and how I have not considered medical costs. Yes, I have considered medical costs, you condescending assholes. Oh my God, it's years of this anytime I talk about it. Years and years and years of them just assuming that I haven't looked into things at all. It's unbelievable. Guys, do you know what the cost of living in Canada is? Because I've studied the cost of living between the states that I would be moving to and Canada, and I've studied them for 6.5 years. If you don't know what the prices are here, stop telling me it's automatically worse there because I can tell you you're objectively wrong. I can literally show you the rent prices. I can show you the grocery prices. I can show you the difference in tax, and I can show you that I would save so much money on rent alone that I could afford health insurance. Like, it's not even close. Not even remotely close. But a bunch of people want to talk to me like they know Canada. They don't know Canada. Oh my God. And the same people who do that are the same kinds of people who normally are like, oh, Americans are so ignorant of the rest of the world. And yet they want to condescend to me and assume that I haven't done any of my research when they haven't researched Canada. It's the worst. It's the worst. Why are people like this? At this point, I don't blame anyone for wanting to leave Ontario. It's miserably expensive here. There's almost no consideration for cost of living. It's quite awful to live in Ontario. Yeah, there's this really fun Instagram account where what they do is they show you a crack shack you can buy for over $1 million in Toronto, and then they compare it to literal European castles and entire islands in the Pacific that you can buy for the same price. When I was in high school, the teachers used to tell us that we'll live with our parents until we're 30 and we may never own a home. And they were right. They were calling it a housing crisis when I was a child. I am 33 and it has only gotten worse every single year. Every single year. Is all of Canada expensive or just where you live? It's all of Canada except Quebec is less expensive than the rest of Canada. You sound so fucking sweet even when you're frustrated. Thank you. I'm kind. I'll put it that way. People say that I'm wholesome. I reject that. Well, okay. I guess I can't. I say things that people think are wholesome, and I can accept that they are, I guess. I wouldn't say that I am overall wholesome because I also say very inappropriate jokes within the context of where I'm allowed to be an entertainer, of course. I know when to shut my fucking mouth. Not that autistic. However, I genuinely try to be a kind person to people. I'm not always. I will back sass you. If you sass me, I'll sass you back. Absolutely. However, generally I try to be a kind person. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Sorry, I got so sidetracked with that. If you come to the US, that'd be sick. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, like, and there's also so many Americans who they get on me about cost of living. They're like, but the cost of living is so bad here. And then they're from like LA. I'm not moving to LA. I'm not even moving to a city. I'm not a city guy. I don't like cities. You know where I grew up? I grew up in Dunnville, Ontario, Canada. Go look it up. It's like, it says it's a few thousand people. It was less, because the census used to include all the people in the rural lands around Dunnville. I lived in town in Dunnville, which was like a couple thousand people, if that. And then I moved to city after city after city, because I just go where my parents are, obviously. And I hate it so much. I just want to live in either a very small city, like a suburb in a small city. Oh, I don't like getting burned. A suburb of a small city or a town. Yeah, the places, so people are asking what states. I have a few groups of friends in different states who have told me what it is like where they live, and I've looked into the real estate prices there, and it's very affordable for me to move there and also move my mom there and get her own place. Because that is a requirement for me. I am not moving anywhere without taking my mom with me. I'm not leaving her behind. She wants out. I'm not leaving her behind. I'm taking care of her. The places that I have looked at that I've seriously considered, because I've looked at a lot of states, and a lot of them it's just not happening, you know, like business taxes are too high or something like that. The ones I've considered the most is Georgia has a lot of really great low cost of living places that are safe and internet is great and it's not, you know, the weather is stable enough. Florida, specifically North Florida, there's a lot of great places I could live, kind of near the border with Georgia, really. I'm not gonna go saying the city names because I have like YouTuber friends in some of these places and I don't want to go doxing them because I know that they're a lot less public about this stuff. And North Carolina also has some really nice places. I'd want to be outside of the general tornado zones, so it depends on where. Yeah, my mom lives by herself. I pay for her place. So I want to be out of the general tornado zone, so I got to be careful about where I pick in these places. And of course, I want to be somewhere where the cost of living is within my means. And of course, I'm going to be bringing my job with me. So it's pretty easy to get into the States that way because I'm not taking anyone's job. I'm a job provider. Because if I move to the States, I'd be making enough extra money that I'd actually be able to employ people. So I could actually help people. Start a little local business. Help other people in the United States get work. That's what I want to do. Rural South also has amazing food? Absolutely. I mean, everywhere has amazing food if you look hard enough, but Rural South does have some pretty amazing food, I agree. A long shot one that I am still genuinely considering because the cost of living isn't too crazy and I got friends there that I quite love would be certain places in Michigan. There are certain places in Michigan that I'm not ruling out, but I haven't looked into the business taxes there yet, so I don't know if that's feasible yet. I need to do more research on that one. Pokemon-themed wrestling tournament, anybody? Hold on, I got a video. I don't know how many of you guys watched. It's just a normal Pokemon challenge, bro, just click it, which was my April Fool's video from 2023. Let me get a link for you. If you have not watched this video, it is one of the best videos I've ever made. It is so fun. I promise you it's really fun. Michigan is fun, but if you dislike Canadian weather, it's identical. Yes, that's okay. So people talk about that like it's a positive of like, oh, you'll be used to the weather because it's very, very similar to where you live in Ontario. It's got the lake effect and everything, you know. The temperatures are almost identical. And like I grew up in Dunnville, which is on Lake Erie, and Michigan's on Lake Erie. However, I hate the weather here so much. So like that's a negative for me. You can argue you're already used to it, but I hate it. I'll get used to hot, muggy Florida and Georgia weather. That's okay. It's already like, okay, when we get a heat wave here, it's already 100 humidity because of the lake effect. So not any different than down there. And it's already 40 plus degrees Celsius. So not any different than down there. It's hot more of the time, more of the year, but that's okay with me. I'm never gonna see snow again. That's very okay with me because I'm sick of shoveling snow. I'm not a snow guy. I've lived with it my whole life, but I don't like it. So I'm totally okay with never having snow again. And like I have a friend who grew up in upstate New York, which is, again, the weather is almost the same as here. Yeah, just because I'm used to the BS doesn't mean I like the BS. Yeah. Anyway, I got a friend here who lived in upstate New York. He is used to the weather. He eventually moved down to a place in Florida. You may know him. Ooh, is he public about how he lives in Florida? Oh, I guess I shouldn't say his username then. He's a very big YouTuber nowadays. I knew him when he was real small, and he's like one of my favorite humans I've ever met on YouTube. But I won't say who. I won't say who. Just because I don't know if he's public about how he lives in Florida nowadays. He lived in a few places. He moved down south and then moved more south and then moved more south, and eventually he landed in Florida. No, he's from similar weather to me. Grew up there, moved to Florida, and he's like, it felt really hot for like a few months, and then you totally get used to it. Hell yeah. Collab with him in the future? We probably should someday. I mean, we have collabed before on his channel, but I don't think those videos are still up. He used to be like a Project Zomboid YouTuber way back in the day before he got famous. Did a bunch of Kenshi. Actually, it's really funny. He did a bunch of Kenshi videos that got him really, really famous, and he deserves every cent of that because he's so good. But the funny thing is, I was streaming Kenshi once, like years and years ago. He shows up in the chat and he's like, oh, hey, I keep hearing about this game and it looks really cool. And he watches it for a while and he's like, man, I'm gonna buy this game right away. You can see the moment the famous Kenshi guy bought Kenshi on my stream because he was watching me stream it. He's like, damn, this is really cool. I'm gonna start playing this. And then he went playing it, he made some videos on it and got real YouTube famous. I'm so fucking proud of him. Oh, what a good dude. He's like the friendliest guy. Oh God, I wanna like give him so much credit now, but I don't want to say where he's from and oh. If anyone ever figures it out, just know that he's like, he is so genuinely nice in real life. Like, it's not an act. His chillness is not an act. That's him. He's so... I love that man. He knows it. He knows it. In fact, I need to catch up with him. I haven't gotten back to his message yet. He messaged me the other month because I messaged him. And he took a month to get back to me because we're YouTubers. He took a month to get back to me, and now I'm taking a month to get back to him. I can figure it out, but I won't. You can figure it out. And it's okay if you do. Just don't go telling anyone where he's from or whatever. Because I don't know if he's public about that. And like, it's obviously not the end of the world if someone were to figure out what state he lives in. But like, I don't want to be the one to go doing that. I forgot I have keen eye on Big Man Kev. Collabs with Critical. Who's Critical? I'm assuming you're not talking about Moist Critical, because I know that he spells it different. Wait, this is your first ever? Hey, Quick GG, how's it going, man? Yeah, this is my first ever Nuzlocke. No one's fainted yet. Not a single Pokemon has fainted yet. Collabs with Quick GG. Maybe I should. Can I say, I feel like I've told you this before. I made a tweet about it. I don't know if you saw it. I have no idea. You probably have, you and Chillin have, and like, okay, I'm not like hardcore PokeTuber guy, so I don't know the whole Pokemon community. I'm not trying to put anyone down. You have probably the funnest gimmick I've ever seen on a Pokemon channel. Of like, just you and your buddy do a fun Pokemon thing and then fight each other with your teams. That is so wholesome and fun. I love that. You could do that shit forever. That is never gonna get old. People are just gonna get, because it understands the core of YouTube, is texture of YouTube. It's about you guys, you know? It's such a fucking genuine show. I love that so much. It legit, like, all-time great gimmick. Great gimmick. Never stop that shit. Every time I pop in, it's fun. But yeah, obviously I'm not trying to like put down anyone. I'm not trying to say anyone else's gimmick sucks or whatever, or anyone's show sucks, whatever. No. Just of the ones that I have watched who have like a very specific thing to their channel, that's the coolest one. That's the coolest one I've seen. Oh shit, sorry. I just saw that 6 minutes ago I got a $20 tip and I totally missed it. I'm so sorry. Serpensis. Makes me think of Serpentico, the wrestler. Serpensis donates $20 and says, I wish you all a good stream. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That really means a lot coming from you, man. Thanks so much. Oh, I didn't know that meant so much. I have no idea if you, like, watch me or anything. I have no idea. I just know that we follow each other. I feel like when I tell someone what I think about their show is really special, it usually really means something to them because one, they hear my voice and they know it's genuine, and two, they know I've done YouTube full time forever. It's funny because I don't really think of myself as like old school, because I started in like 2010. I was making videos since like 2006, but they weren't on YouTube. That was like high school stuff. But like I when I think of like old school, I'm thinking like Smosh or something, right? But like I guess I am old school now because I've been around for most of the nope. If I got crit there, that would have been so close to a death. That was reckless. Yeah, but like I've been doing it full time since 2010. So yeah, it's 15 years, 16 years. I guess it depends on when the months land. I don't remember what month, off the top of my head. But yeah, I think it's just that people know that I've been around for so long and that I'm old school like that it means something when I tell them why I think their show is special. Because I have just the length of experience, you know? I've been around for a really long time and I've seen a lot of things. I can't tell you if something is going to blow up for sure. I can tell you if something is really good and it has something special to it. You know, I can't promise you that something is gonna blow up. What I can tell you is if something has some real value to it. And that means a lot, especially to small YouTubers, you know, your Paraspectors, that guy who I was talking about, who's a much bigger YouTuber than me now, that the guy I was talking about in Florida. I started collabing him when he only had a couple hundred subscribers and he was just some small Project Zomboid Let's Player who reached out to me because he saw that I had played Project Zomboid before, and I got to know him and realized like this guy's really got something special to him. And you know, my friend Liana, you see her all the time on Twitch, Utopia Pills. She's finally starting to build up. She has streamed like she legit streams 40 hours a week. Close to that at least, despite having a full-time job. Two jobs, and she still streams close to 40 hours a week for years on end with very few viewers. And I've been telling her this whole time, I can tell how hard you're working. I can see like the way you are is really going to work on Twitch one day. I promise you. And I supported her the whole time. And you look at her now, she's finally starting to blow up within Genshin Impact. And she adores that game. Like her love of that game is genuine. She plays that shit like every day. And she's finally starting to grow in a way that she absolutely should be this whole time. If any of you know Liana from my show, then you probably know her from either my streams with her of, no, I'm switching. I'm not messing around with confusion. You probably know her from my streams with her of Schedule 1, or you may have seen on my side streaming YouTube channel, I have a stream VOD of me and Willow and Zeke and her all playing RV There Yet, which was very fun. We're going to do that again sometime when we're free. She's probably streaming right now. I'm going to check. No, she's not streaming right now, which probably means she's at work. But yeah, no, it means something to these people. That's something that I always try and say, like, this, when people actually do blow up, that I told them early on, like, hey, you're really good. Like Paraspector. Paraspector did so much really good shit that you've probably never seen before his Pokemon stuff started blowing up. His James Bond game reviews are so fun. That's how I found them. Feel free to invite me if you need more party games anytime. Hell yeah. I got to get you in for some Mario Party or something. That'll be fun. Right, yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm wiping my eye again. I have an eye infection. Sorry. Yeah. So people like Paraspector, who are finally starting to blow up a bit, people like them, it's so important when you're a YouTuber with a lot of experience, whether you're big or small, just a YouTuber with a lot of experience, that you tell these people what about their show works and to keep trying. Because that encouragement, like, I never got that. I just fucking brute forced it. You need to tell them that stuff because they don't know otherwise if they don't get any feedback. So many YouTubers do really good shit for years and years and years, and they don't know it's good because not enough people have stumbled across it yet, but it's really good. And once people do stumble across it, they'll realize, oh, this backlog is really kick-ass. I get that all the time. I have over 6,000 Let's Play videos on this channel, and all the time, people will go back and pick a random Let's Play because they're like, I finished your Pokemon Challenge playlist. I picked a random game I had never heard of on your channel and realized I love your Let's Plays. I wish I watched them the whole time. Having a huge backlog of quality stuff has value. It means something to people. So yeah, pay it forward. Pay it forward. If you ever, you know, if you got a YouTuber helping you out and everything, and then you get big, pay it forward. Take smaller YouTubers that you really believe in under your wing. They really appreciate it. It means something to them. And it should, because that's how it is in every other trade, right? You take apprentices under your wing, you teach them what you know, you pass on your knowledge, and then you watch them do their own thing, and you hope, and hopefully they succeed. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Serpentis, for the 40. Just a bit more for the bills. Thank you. I wish you all have fun. Bleed purple. I'm guessing that's an emote that didn't pop up. I'm going to bed 9 p.m. here. I need to get up at 4:30 a.m. Damn, that's early. I hope you sleep well. Thank you so much. That was me with the Fallout 4 playlist and Kingdom Come Deliverance. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching the Fallout one. Oh, sorry. I'm stopping to wipe my eye all the time. My eye is so sore right now. I gotta re-moisturize it every once in a while. I think I gotta do a warm compress. Oh, God, maybe I should cap it here. I've been going to bed as long as I did. I keep saying yesterday. It's not yesterday. It was 2 days ago. Okay. Fellas and fellettes, I hope you had fun with this play session. Have you Let's Played Lent Hill on channel? Actually, no. I only speedran it. If anyone doesn't know, I used to speedrun Silent Hill 2 on PC for a while. That was a fun time. I definitely have the best, most informative Deadly Premonition playthrough. I think I watched at least 3 times or more. I'm really proud of that Let's Play. But I can't say I have the most informative one. That's probably Whitney. Whitney is the person who runs the SH Shattered Memories website, which is actually, it has info on Silent Hill Shattered Memories, but it also has the most comprehensive guide ever for Deadly Premonition, and she has many videos on the game as well. She is probably the most knowledgeable person on the game on the planet, I'm gonna be honest. If I need to refer to someone, I refer to Whitney. She knows her stuff. It was actually me messaging her that helped me fix the game when I was having those glitches early on in the Deadly Premonition Let's Play. And I think I shouted her out on that. Okay. I need to go. I need to get some food in me because I have not eaten anything since I woke up and it's 3 p.m. I've had these delicious oat chocolate peanut butter cups that I made sitting beside me just melting because I haven't taken a break to eat this whole time. All I've had today is Metamucil because I'm an old man who takes Metamucil. I'm gonna go get some walking in. I'm gonna go get some food in me. I'm gonna go stretch out my back and my shoulder and my neck. And then I'm going to just work on more Pokemon stuff. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day. MDB will be posting Deus Ex. Yes, I will, I promise. I'm gonna start editing it at some point. I have like 7 hours of Deus Ex Let's Play recorded that I have not edited yet. It will happen. Until next time, have a nice day. Hype the video.